JT Show.
What's going on, Smashers, and welcome to another episode of the Smash JT Show, my weekly episodic adventure discussing divisive issues in the video game industry and beyond sometimes. It airs every Friday. If you're new here, like always, hit that subscribe button, the bell for notification, give me that thumbs up or the thumbs down, I don't really care, just enjoy the interaction, and let's just press start. For this week's episode, we're going to talk about some of the challenges that I've encountered during my limited time of boycotting Blizzard and extending to Activision because, hell, it's the same company, and Bobby Kotick over at Activision is just as bad, if not worse, than J. Allen Brack over at Blizzard. But that being said, this conversation is not limited just to Activision Blizzard when it comes to bending the knee at China. There are plenty of other video game companies that fall victim to this. Hell, there's plenty of other companies out there in general that do the same thing, bend the knee to China at their will. Whatever they say they want goes so that they can sell their product there. From a business perspective, it makes plenty of sense as long as they don't get caught and as long as the PR stays relatively positive. Now, the NBA had its own issue with that, but like I said, we're going to limit this just to Activision Blizzard right now because it involves kind of a personal story that I want to share with you guys that I've encountered, and it's a struggle. I am really at a loss at how to handle this. Being a gamer, someone passionate about playing video games, the latest and greatest, really good stuff, am I able to separate my personal feelings about a company to playing a game and enjoying the game for what it is? And where do you limit it? Why do you limit it? How do you limit it? There's just so many questions that come in, and it probably explains why after BlizzCon I feel like the fallout was most people are just kind of like, okay, we put up a stink about the Hong Kong thing, but Blizzard came out with all these Diablo 4, OverWatch 2, all these new announcements of awesome games, even though they didn't give release dates. They talked about what's coming down the road and how exciting it is and everything that people want, and they gave enough pushback against Blizzard, so it's time just to drop that issue and move on to the games, which is exactly, by the way, what Activision Blizzard expected out of the customers, the gamers. They know you. They understand. It's basically moving a herd of sheep into a new place, saying, okay, yeah, this is a bad area. Let's move you guys over here and sit in this playpen and play these games now because we want to keep making money off of you. They understand how to feed those sheep. That being said, though, I'm not above that. I've made plenty of mistakes myself, and I'm working on that because this is all new to me. I don't know how to boycott something to the extent that I want to. And what I mean by that is, I got a phone call from my buddy, and he was like, hey, I got the new Call of Duty game, and it is freaking awesome. I really want to play multiplayer with you like we used to. Did you pick it up yet? And I said, no. And he goes, oh, is Activision part of your boycott because it extends from Blizzard to Activision, the same company? I was like, yeah, you know, I don't want anything to do with either one of those companies. I think it's disgusting what they're doing in China to support them and how they're lying about it in the States just to try to smooth over the PR and everything like that. He's like, okay, cool, I got you. But I really want to play this game with you, man. Any chance you're gonna pick it up? No, I'm not. I don't have any interest. I don't have the time, first off, but I don't have the interest either after what just transpired. And he goes, okay, well, I'd really like to play the game with you. I feel like it'd be fun. I go, yeah, I know. So we kept talking, and I was like, you know, it's funny, though, because another one of my friends, his birthday is coming up next week, and I always buy him Call of Duty basically every year. I believe it's an annual franchise. I feel like it's the same thing. I get him every single year. And it always comes out right around this time. So I was like, I'm still probably going to buy it for my other friend because that's kind of his thing. He loves that game. He's one of my best friends, and it's what he has come to expect from me. And where do you draw the line when it comes to boycotting a product? I don't want to participate in playing any of these games. I don't want any part in them. I don't want to play them. I don't want to play them with my friend who wants to enjoy them with me. But then I look at my other friend and I'm like, oh, I always buy that for him every year, and it's for him to enjoy. It's not my boycott. It's not my place to push my values onto him. So I'm still planning on buying it for his birthday, which means that I am still participating in purchasing this product from a company that I'm boycotting just to give it away as a gift. And it's a very interesting conundrum because, like I said in a previous video, it's easy for me to boycott Blizzard and Activision because the games, well, okay to me. I don't really go out of my way to ever play them. They're fun, but I have so many other games to be playing that I'd rather be playing that it's not a challenge to boycott those companies. But if this were to extend to, say, Nintendo, if Nintendo were in the same exact situation and Luigi's Mansion 3 was coming out and I had the same conundrum, I don't know if I'd be able to boycott Nintendo because I love the Luigi's Mansion series and I've been looking forward to the game for so long. So it is extremely challenging. You have to remove yourself from a situation to boycott an item, but I can see why gamers have such a challenge in doing so. If there are people out there that wanted to boycott Blizzard, but they look at Diablo the same way that I look at Luigi's Mansion, then I could see why it would be something that they prioritize the gaming over the boycott. This is exactly what companies like Blizzard and Activision know that they can do to gamers because they understand their games are so good that they can basically treat people like crap that doesn't believe in basic human rights. They can oppress another country like Hong Kong because China says so, and nobody bats an eye because, hey, they make good video games. So I guess in essence, that's what today's video is all about, and it's more like the Smash JT show typically is about, asking you what your feelings are on boycotting a video game company, how far you would go, the lengths you go to do so, why you would do it. It's just more, I want to hear a conversation from you guys and make sure I'm not the one going crazy here with my struggle, and if I'm wrong for buying the game for my buddy for his birthday, or if I'm right, where you draw the lines on what you can boycott and what you can't. I just love to hear where you guys stand on this one. So let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely be checking those out. Now, moving on to the smashing video of the week, I want to talk about what used to be Rawman's channel. He started a second channel called RayAreReviewing, and his most recent video that he did, it was a collaboration with Joey Ferris from Ferris Wheel Pro. Both of these people have been former Smashers of the Month, but this video in particular blew me away. The production value, the entertainment, the comedy, and the actual review of the game called Ravva and the Cyclops Curse. This game looked pretty decent, like a Mega Man clone indie type thing, but the way they talk about it and explain it, extremely entertaining and made me want to pick up this game myself to play because it honestly looks like a lot of fun. Definitely check this video out when you get a chance. You won't regret it. And that's where I'm going to leave this week's episode. But before I go, like always, I want to say a special thank you to all the Smashers listed next to me here that help support the channel on a monthly basis with their pledge. If you're interested in joining them for as little as $1 per month, I will put a link to that Patreon right there. And if you're still new to the channel, you enjoy what I'm doing here, and you didn't subscribe yet, hit that subscribe button. And if you missed last week's episode, I'll put a link to it right here. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.